Hari Om. Do you know the glory of womanly qualities? There is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita that has long been considered as controversial, patriarchal, and discriminating of women. In chapter 9, verse 32, in the second line, Lord says to Arjun, Striyo Vaishnyas Tatha Shudroste api Yanti Param Gate. Women, Vaishyas, and Shudras, and even those who are of sinful birth, can attain the supreme state by taking refuge in me. When I first sat in a satsang hearing Lord Krishna singling out women as a lower form of birth, I was filled with indignation. And no amount of explanation by Swamiji on what the Lord really means could appease my train of thoughts. However, in chapter 10, when the Lord praises womanly qualities, in the second line of the 34th verse, he says, Kirtiha Shri Vakcha Narinam Smritir Medha Dhritiya Kshama. That is, the Lord says that I myself am the glory, the luster, the speech, the holding power, the steadfastness, the forgiveness, and the memory in a woman. The qualities mentioned in this verse can make you and me believe that only women are bestowed with these and hence are privileged and glorious. In Tulsidas Ramayana, Lord Vishnu prevents Narad from falling into the Maya trap of marrying the woman he yearns for, resulting in Narada cursing him of suffering in his marriage during a human avatar of separation from a woman. As a result of this curse, in Ram Avatar, Vishnuji experiences the Maya of Banvas, abduction of Sita ji, and the final banishing of Sita on the words of doubt expressed by a washman. But at the end of the Aranyakand, Lord Rama explains to Narada that what Narad went through was because of his own egocentric desire, lust, and obsession, which would otherwise have led to his downfall. In fact, the woman was Lakshmi ji herself in that particular Drishtant. Bharadwaj Rishi, Guru Vasishtha, and Ved Vyas ji were all great saints who were married happily. Anusauya, the wife of Atri, was herself a great Rishi and revered by Lord Ram himself. It has taken me a long time to understand that the scriptures do not talk of women per se, but of womanly qualities that can be present in anyone, male, female, or the neuter gender, depending on our innumerable experiences of past births that eventually carve the basic nature we are born with. Once aware of these qualities, to nurture some and overcome others is all about being a better human being. Needless to repeat here that the horoscope gives a clear indication of our mental state and basic nature. The mind areas are particularly the 5th, 9th, and the 12th houses. Though mental and physical sickness are separate issues and hard to overcome without medical support, our mind can be worked on by each one of us. Is that not what is the challenge of being human? All of us are born with a different percentage of sattva, rajas, and tamas. But remember, each one of us has some quantity of each of these gunas. Many times life's challenges can break the dominant rajas towards sattva, replacing arrogance and anger with humility and compassion. Sudden events can convert the tamasic qualities of inaction and laziness to a combination of rajas and sattva through action and focus. There is a scope for improvement in each one of us, but we always remain in denial. Being aware of ourselves and our inherent qualities is the first step to evolving, and meditation is the only tool that works, coupled with positive reading and satsang. It guarantees progress. There are too many people I admire, growing, evolving, and staying stoic. A few of them came to my mind the minute I thought of these particular lines, verses, and chapter. I'm going to soon start a 10 to 12 minute video with each one of them and assess their astrological aspect of these exceptional responses and growth. Stay tuned to my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn handles. See you soon. Hari Om. Om Tat Sat.